Hello, and welcome back to my heavily modded XCOM 2 campaign. Going into Operation Brass Reaper, it's a very difficult mission with the hunt, meaning we have Gatekeepers, Riftkeeper Mark II, Venators, Codexes, more elite enemies than you can shake a stick at. We got a Witch Killer thrown in, which I think is the Warlock Mark III. The big thing is Gatekeeper, Riftkeeper, and Venator. These are some very scary pods with 30 enemies. This could be a very tough mission. And while these are very good characters, you'll notice that, except for the two in the middle here, no one has their bond partner available right now. However, our gear is maxed out. We have Illyrium bridging tech. We've got 2 Scions on the mission. Oh, I just realized this. Put the Warlock's crown on. Holy shit, I'm glad I fixed that. That would have been a rather serious mistake to make. And I believe with that one glaring issue fixed, we're ready to go. It's a scary mission. Seeing Riftkeepers, Gatekeepers, and Venators with 30 enemies is incredibly spooky, but I think we've got what it takes to knock this out. And as we load in, if you wanted to knock out the like and subscribe buttons, I wouldn't mind. Alright, so the objective's quite a ways away. This looks like the train yard map, so line of sight to that might be terrible. But at the same time, I do have high ground right here, so... Man, that sucks, doesn't it? You can see it immediately is going to stop. This high ground's going to be useless. But I'm going to try to get Black Cat there for at least 1 turn. We have 9 turns, we should be good. That was not my Reaper. I should not have moved that far with them. It's fine, it's fine. Nothing bad happened, right? Yeah, good. Oh, wait, I don't have Iron Rhino. I have the other half of this party. If you can't tell by the change in voice, I took a break in recording, and I just remembered that I came with half of Iron Rhino's party. It turns out it's the other half, so never mind. Guess the bad line of sight's not a big deal. Let's get our Reapers sprinting forward, trying to figure out where the enemies are actually at. See if we can't get a peek through these boxes and between these train cars. Nothing. I think at that point, I'm basically hard sprinting forward because I have no damn good reason not to.
I will go.
Could that have pulled if they were like right there? I don't think so. I think that move was completely bulletproof, but I'm not 100% certain. That's full cover. I don't want it. This is half cover. Great place to put you. It's only a great place if Dark Horse is also there in case we get a pull, because I need Weapons On and Pounce going off if something were to just jump through that train car, so I have to move here. It's the only place I can actually get to. It seems unlikely that happens, but I've been saying that and then pulling with my face so much these past few missions. Guess I'm going to come to here on Sonic Serenade. I'm not quite sure where the best move was. Is it only Sparks? I could have sworn. Yeah, there you go, Black Hat. I have 1 biological unit left, and we're going to be dropping them here for sure. That got eyes. Surprised me. Alright, way past the box means we're safe from anyone jumping through it. We can also run full forward on Fiber Giant and get to here. If they cut straight this way, they still wouldn't see Fiber Giant, so this move is just safe. Since Soldier wants me in a good position for explosives, that's not really happening this turn. This is the furthest where they can get while being in cover, so that's the tile I take. And let's see if anyone wants to come over and play. It's worth noting, I took a break after recording the last bit. As I recall, there's like Venators, Riftkeeper Mark II, and Gatekeeper on this mission and 30 enemies, so I really should take it slow and careful. That's not the pod I want my opening on, though. I mean, sure, I can wreck them with a Black Flame Grenade, it wouldn't be hard. Do I have a Ghost Grenade too? If I can kill them with Black Flame follow-up and then Ghost Grenade back into stealth, I actually don't mind it. So, popping over to Sonic Serenade, I have 2 Black Flame Grenades? I have 1 of each of these equipped, and then this is in the grenade pocket. Why do I have a second Black Flame Grenade? In the code, I think this might be considered a Flashbang Grenade. Oh no. That ain't right. So I can Black Flame them, it wouldn't be hard. And my grenade pocket on Draugr is being used to carry a Ghost Grenade right now. So I'm gonna walk Draugr to here.
As you command.
And we're going to take our Reaper forward and see if they get eyes on anything. Because if I'm able to just kill that pod and then go back into stealth with a Ghost Grenade, I see very little reason not to. I'm not sure which of these 3 moves is the most likely to be safe. This one might seem obvious, but if I don't actually deal with this pod this turn, it would be incredibly unsafe. And there's a chance I walk here and I see like a pod right there and we never go that way. We still haven't seen anything. We're a good ways away from the objective, so that checks out. I think we're good to fight that pod. We're going to come up to the door here.
On my way.
Still nothing. Black Cat's going to circle around to the side here. They can jump up top instead. That's pretty wide lines of sight. I can move to here. I'll move to here on Black Cat. This seems like the best lines of sight I can get. No new eyes. I'm going to try to take out this pod then. Put a black flame grenade in. They won't even properly pull. We should be able to handle them very easily over the rest of the turn. There's just so many debuffs, it's actually kind of funny to watch. Oh, hey, the Witch Killer managed to get his scatter. Nice. Despite that, the game still thinks they... Maybe he just panicked and moved. Maybe that's more accurate. Take Bombard Protocol. That will chip all of them down so that they're just dead after this. That's it. We're done. They're dead to Psionic Rippling. We can go home now. Oh, are they? It looks like the Witch Killer still has a lot of health. We need to put some bullet into them. We could just use our Stealth Grenades next turn. Oh, I could use Explosive Action. That might be the plan. I think it's worth using Explosive Action here. That way I can put one bullet into the Witch Killer to make it die, to the Rippling. Or the bullets. Bullets are also pretty lethal, that's fair. You come back over here next to Draugr. You come hang out next to Draugr. Oh, we have to pick with our current positions. Well, Fiber Giant doesn't actually matter at all. So that makes it a pretty easy pick, honestly. And I'm fine not actually getting this Ghost Grenade on the whole party. It's not a big deal. I've realized the Ghost Grenade snapping does also snap it to your main character. So the easiest way to do this while fighting was to put Draugr there in case things went wrong and then just accept that we wouldn't get all of them. For some reason, I thought I'd only need to give up the Reaper. I just, you know, 8 minus 1 is 6, right? Not quite sure how I got that confused by it, but we're good. And we'll now be able to push forward after taking out that pod. We'll have to be a little bit careful with Fiber Giant, but nothing else. Yeah, it looks like Rippling is going to kill both of them. I think that was actually a low roll, because I'm pretty sure I've seen that hit for 4 before. So I still don't think I need to care about that pod. They heard the noise and they didn't like it, which is fair. Do I Supernova that? Probably not. Supernova there is not the craziest thing. I'm going to swing wide on Sonic Serenade and see what they see from out here. Because we are going to be revealed, or not revealed, go into normal stealth at the end of the turn. Doesn't look like there's too much going on back there. Let's go around this way on Draugr, right? See if there's another pod coming up right behind them. Get to corner cover in case things are charging us. But it looks like that pod's... That's a guard pod. There's the Riftkeeper Venator pod, or sorry, the Gatekeeper Venator pod. We have turrets. It looks to me like I can Supernova this on Fiber Giant. And it's very hard to say no to that. So I'm going to. With the rest of my team in stealth, I see no reason not to make this move. We do have to worry about the Elite Priest, which just decided not to take damage. My only guess is that the Elite... Oh, never mind, he's in stasis. It just animated poorly. Never mind, we're good. Your teammate's not here. What I could do is have Black Cat use Inspire. Does that break... Oh, you don't know Inspire. One of the few abilities you don't have. Fair enough. I wanted to drop a defensive mine on the Priest, but that might not be possible. I can still get forward to full cover here. I'm just worried I'll instantly reveal because these guys... Is your Rippling running out this turn? Their Rippling isn't running out this turn. I can just run forward. I'm fine.
Headed there now.
And with that tile taken, it seems like the Priest would never come over here. Especially if I put another person on the next tile. And that seems very reasonable. It gets me close to high ground, gets me in better position for Shred Storms. Yeah, I like putting Carbon Mile over here. As for Sense Soldier, while I would like them to be on top of this, they'd get revealed next turn. This high cover seems reasonable. Although, I probably should have just put Dark Horse there instead. For now, Dark Horse is going to move over here towards the high ground, and next to Carbon Mile form a pretty good firing line with this team. That is Black Cat and Draugr. Draugr is pretty low on movement, unfortunately. They can get to here, which will potentially reveal. They can get over here, I guess. I think I just run forward, and if it reveals, I don't really care that much. I'm expecting this guy to sprint back towards the pods for help. It would be weird if he ran at us, but that's entirely possible. There's not really much I can do about it either. Black Cat can move all the way down to here. It's not the best lines of sight, but it pretty much guarantees that she stays in stealth, and I like that. Because she's a Scion, getting her in range to like open with domination is very, very good. Very, very strong grenade. So, where are you going to go now that stasis is over, buddy? That might pull. That might be getting close enough to see him. I don't know how far that was. I think it pulled based on the fact that we're just holding here. No. Oh, the Elite Priest did decide to run straight at Draugr. Does that pull them? Well, that probably does, yeah? Yeah. That's super fun. I love how the Elite Priest chose to just dive in a random direction and pull the Venator pod. I need to figure out why the Venators just shoot when they spawn. Because I'm not a fan of it. Wait, where'd it go? He knows who the real threat is. Fair enough. So, where'd that other Venator teleport to? There's a Codex pod with a bunch of random dudes. Not actually super important. Dark Horse taking defense. Oh, that just killed the Codex outright. Good. Great job, Dark Horse. That was the most dangerous unit in the pod. So there's one Venator. Where the hell did the other one teleport to? I guess it's inside the building somewhere. Oh, it's on top of the building. I can come to here, which has very limited line of sight, and try to dominate the Gatekeeper. Or mind control, whichever is more likely. And that's just definitely the play. Dealing with the Gatekeeper is such a high priority, and this is easily going to be our best way of doing it. Although he did appear to pull an Andromedon Frost Berserker pod by doing that. Maybe you should have routed that differently. You just keep killing people before your turn comes around, don't you? I don't mind. It's very helpful. Now I'm starting to get worried because with 2 pods pulled from the objective, I no longer know where the Rift Keeper is. This is mind control. What about domination? Yeah, I'll take that one instead. That seems good. Sadly, I don't have the ability to do the sick play of teamwork mind control onto the Andromedon this turn. And I can't use combat presence on Draugr because they knew who the real threat was. And I think no one else has the ability to help. I have Inspire here, maybe? No, I do not. I'm misremembering. I can stasis the Andromedon, but I don't think it's even the biggest threat. Anyway, I think the next part of the play is to pop inside to, like, here. And then banish that Venator. I'm a little bit tempted by the face-off, but there's no way that's right.
As you order, Commander.
We just take banish. Only a 6. Is it in cover? Is it in the wrong position? Defense minus 30. Banish minus 15. No! This is just your odds. Because we're not in close range, we're using a scope. Or we're not using a scope, we're using a laser sight, aren't we? Do I have ways of improving those odds? And that's the neat part, not even a little bit. Gonna be honest, I still think Banish the Venator is the thing to do. I'm probably gonna hit it twice, which will make me have 2 very weak Venators to deal with. I need to hit it 3 times, and that will almost certainly kill it, but... God, it sucks that this is only a 63. I was not expecting it to be that bad. You have the superior aim PCS right now, don't you? 106 aim. Just base 30 defense on Venators. I've been thinking for a while that's a little bit on the high side. I might lower that down to 20. 30's just nuts. Anyway, we're clicking the banish come what may. I'm not surprised to see my guns out of bullets. I'm just wondering what it actually did. Not off to a good start, I say. Alright, 11 damage. Off to a terrible start. This keeps happening when he's banished on this character. You want to land the last shot? It'd be really helpful. You fucking champion, thank you. On average, it was supposed to be good. So I'm glad to see that it actually was. But that was only a 63 to kill, basically. This is full cover. It claims I'm pulling. Oh, the turrets. I wanted to black flame everyone on the ground, so I think I'll stay back. Oh. Do I just let the turret shoot? I mean, it's just a turret. 5 to 6. This black flame hits a lot. I think I'm going to shoot the priest on Dark Horse and then grapple up to a high ground. Because no one else really wants to deal with that. Dark Horse doesn't really have anything they need to be doing. Oh, he was in stealth. They didn't know. I found the Rift Keeper. I think I got vision of that when I mind controlled the Gatekeeper and I just didn't realize. I have vision of one part of its pod, maybe. Oh, I have Traverse Fire. I'm not able to grapple now. Shit. That's going to be an Overwatch, and it's going to change the way I play pretty tremendously because Dark Horse is now locked in over here. I can just see this? Huh. That might change the way I think about this a little bit. Unload those guns. We're going to unload those guns, chuck a plasma grenade in the middle. We're going to avoid pulling the turret directly, and we're going to put a shot into the turret on Carbon Mile, who I can only assume has a bipod on their gun, since they're able to shoot the turrets. There's another turret behind it. How's your Haywire protocol look? Not nearly good enough. So get started.
I'm going to need a bigger gun.
And you're staying right where you are. You're not going forward. This plasma grenade needs to go about one tile further. We should be able to get a pretty solid plasma grenade from here. That seems solid to me. What's this red stuff over here? What are we referring to? Oh yeah, you have Solace. I don't think that actually works. Like, he's not stunned anymore, but he's already lost the actions. Oh, I'm still in stealth. That's funny. This gets my own Gatekeeper, but like, I don't actually care about that, really. So sure. Just need to start working through all of this cover and all of this health. It's the best thing Serenade's doing this turn. I love just watching the grenade autopilot over there. I didn't notice it the first time when I shot the black flame grenade.
They've seen me.
You've got an extra move, but it's fake. You've got an extra move, and it's very real. Doing this could kill the Rocketeer. And I don't like the words Rocketeer. I tend to make a priority to kill any units that are able to use explosives. So this might blow up the ground and kill him with fall damage. Got him. Wait, maybe. His corpse is there and animated like it. Yeah, pop up in the bottom left. Can't get the other Rocketeer. That snake's really not much of a problem, but if I can Shred Storm all of this, I have a hard time saying no. So that's turn 1 for us. It felt like it went pretty well. Active 5, and they're probably going to be shooting the Gatekeeper that I stole from them, so pretty solid. Is that Panic Snake just lying down? He's just like, ah, fuck it, I'm done. How about you hit the Gatekeeper, though? No? Cool, thanks. Oh, man, I intentionally gave it bad lines of sight, and it's just like, no, thank you. Oh! So, their explosion doesn't blow up cover, but feedback does. Well, that's inconsistent in a way that's very dangerous right now. Damn, Shaman, I'd love to hit that. Missed, hit 0%, 3 damage. Interested by those series of words. It looks like the Gatekeeper is the reason Regal Dawn's not at risk of death right now, because that was really bad. I did not think feedback destroyed terrain, because I've had somebody get feedbacked on a roof and the ground didn't break before. But evidently that was a fluke. Or maybe it specifically doesn't break ground. That would also be weird. Anyway, Gatekeeper's here. I hope you're ready for seconds. Really, I just hope I can mind control the Gatekeeper. Because it's kind of, you know, terrifying. Especially with the extra blade of health. I'd be unsurprised to see a full-on mental immunity there. Ah, sure. I was going to start talking about how my Gatekeeper seems to be having a terrible time, but I guess not.
Lily's armor is well crafted. I'll give it that.
Second turret also doing nothing. Alright. Immediate question. Mind control, it's immune. Or I don't have line of sight, which is it? I don't have line of sight because of this box. Well, that box needs to fucking go then, doesn't it? We can get round to here and chuck a grenade much further, and that is obviously the plan.
Come.
Grab some full cover, hit the Elite Lancer. I'm really just doing this to clear line of sight, though, so... There we go. This is the best of all worlds. It's clearing out a lot of potential full cover, chipping the Lancer, working on the Rift Keeper, because I don't care if it's tanky as sin when I get it. I just need to make sure it goes down. So, if I end up weakening my own unit, doesn't matter at all. I've already stolen the Rift Keeper, we won. Now that by the power of teamwork we can see the damned thing, let's get back over to Black Cat. I believe it's immune to mental. So it doesn't say immune to mental, but you'll see that when I use mind control, I'm not allowed to target it, which is a bit weird. So I'm guessing this says immune to mental. I don't know why I can't target this with mind control, but ultimately it's not the biggest deal because I'll just target it with stasis instead. I'm sorry, was that a Venator behind me? Right, something exploded on you and now you're over there. Ah. Regal Dawn's gonna blue move back into full cover and chuck a Mimic Beacon as far forward as they can, because they need to stay the fuck alive. Nothing more complicated than that's happening with them. Let's just get this turn out of the way. Get that Mimic Beacon forward. I've got Null Lance to kill there, so I can stasis the Rift Keeper and Null Lance the other one. That should happen later in the turn. Those are both guaranteed effects, so we want as much AoE damage onto the Rift Keeper as possible before I do that. Means no mind control this turn, which is unfortunate, but probably not the biggest deal. And Black Cat's actually in danger right now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stasis the Rift Keeper, Icarus suit into, like, the far distance, and then Null Lance from safety. Unless we work out a lot of the enemies from here. I've got a rapid deploy smoke screen as well. Based on what I'm saying, there's no reason I would ever not just activate these abilities right now, and we're going to be doing the same thing on... what's his name? Depressed Draugr. We're also going to be activating Overdrive on all of our Sparks, so once I'm done turning on all of these abilities, I'll see you. Alright, with the last Overdrive activated, we need to ask an important question. Sidewinder of the Ground, what is your panic duration? It ends in 2 alien turn starts, so it gets to live. What can Gatekeepers do for me? They can open shell as a free action. If they don't do that, they're not doing anything. Well, I'm going to open shell then. I could consume something. Like specifically that guy. So instead, I'm going to use Gateway on the entire enemy team. And I don't know if this happens immediately or if it goes off later in the turn, but we're going to find out right now. Immediately. Good, that's what I was hoping for. There goes your Blade of Shields. We can grapple forward, and that sounds crazy with the amount of enemies currently on the board. But I believe that by grappling forwards, I can actually create a safe situation.
Going up.
I should have checked where Carbon Mile could move to and then grappled exactly that.
There's heavy fire.
Glad you missed. I should have grappled back 2 tiles, I think. I'd have had notably worse vision, though. I can still kill the Andromedon from there. What's this eyes on the Codex about? Oh, that's where half of a Venator is. We're gonna do that later in the turn. First shot kills the Andromedon, definitely. Now it's a melee unit, now it doesn't matter.
Only the best.
We're gonna have to blue move up on Sense Soldier, I think, for safety. Oh, but you're already providing cover for someone else that matters, which means you're trapped. We can still get in and start doing work. Kinetic Strike to here, Breakthrough plus a normal punch on the Elite Shield Bearer. That's a solid start. I believe Fire Giant will be safe for the 1 turn. Since Soldier really just does not have the best targets here, Frost Berserker Elite's seeming like the play. Just shoot rapid fire and then reload. Oh, maybe not the rapid fire then. Maybe I get another shot. Because he's just dead to this. No reason to waste cooldowns when I don't have to. Wasn't really expecting to do quite that much. Do I have an autoloader here? No, I have the experimental mag. I'm just gonna 92% punch the snake, I think. It, like, needs to be dead eventually. I'm never gonna want to deal with this, but right now it's easy to deal with that. I have a guaranteed kill here, but, like, maybe worry about the Venator. We got Draugr. They're definitely able to do some crazy shit. We should also activate Sprint on them. Haven't used all their abilities yet. So I can sprint in, grapple up, and start thinking about the rest of it, I guess. This is actually the best way to finish off the turret, because anyone else is going to take multiple shots to do it. I'm very confident Draugr's going to have a way of guaranteeing the kill. I've got Whiplash. There's Mex, though. I'm very confident Draugr has a way to deal with the Venator. I'm just not worried about it.
That's right.
Coming over to Carbon Mile. That's such a waste to have to dash here. But I absolutely do have to dash here. So I essentially overdrive to move 2 tiles and take an action, as opposed to just taking your action at the end of your blue move. Alright, so we have a way of putting some damage into the Rift Keeper now, actually. Rapid fire onto the Rift Keeper is absolutely a thing worth using overdrive for. Man, I feel like my multi-attacks lately have been trash. I don't remember the last time I launched a high percentage rapid fire or banish and they actually just landed the shots. Okay, we're doing stasis on the Rift Keeper at this point.
Under my protection.
We have sprint. We don't need to use Icarus jump. So we can actually use... Do we have sprint? Did we already use that? I thought we had sprint. We have Adrenaline Rush, not sprint. I need to move just because I'm next to this Venator and I'm worried it's going to hit me too. What I can do is I can Icarus jump into a place with line of sight that's not able to see anything. Just a quick check, is that true? Sure seems like I weirdly see like almost everything from over here. But here I'm safe. The only thing I see is that Codex. And I'll be in a position where I can get involved in the fight next turn if I want to. So I'm going to Icarus jump to here, where nothing has eyes to me. No Lance the Codex. Because I just don't have time to heal right now. Ah, man, if I had any... I need all the damage is the problem, right? If I use Adrenaline Rush, at least 33% of my damage, that's going to be a minimum of 8. I'm rolling to kill. I can't take the risk. Do I want to rapid deploy a smoke anywhere? Well, if I did, I should have done that over here before I left. So, no. Shame on me.
All will suffer.
Just forgot that was a tool at my disposal. This is definitely the scariest fight I've had in a very, very long time. Depressed Draugr has to kill that, but that's not going to be a problem. We're going to start by blue moving out to here. I'm going to move this way because that means I'm not next to the potentially exploding forklift. I might be getting shot at by a turret during this, unfortunately. Well, it didn't happen yet. Oh, it's only an 84 to hit. I mean, I have 2 shots. It's not a problem. I'm just sad about it. So I'll go ahead and build up the heat. Oh, right. Yeah, that's how Venators work. That one's actually fine. We're going to continue with the plan. Oh, I didn't have explosive action this turn. That's really bad. I was supposed to have 1 action left, and I was going to grapple up to this tile, hopefully. I didn't have the tile I wanted, but this would have been good enough, and then just Shred Storm backwards. I'm going to Lightning Strike the one up top. I don't like dealing the damage to myself, but, like, I don't feel I have an option to not do this. It's a 76%. That's so gross. God. The just random 30 defense on Venators is pretty brutal. Also, yes, I did forget that I didn't have Black Ice rounds on Depressed Draugr. Thank you for noticing. I hate this move rather tremendously, but I have to go for it. Nothing else is correct. It represents so much damage if it chooses to go for feedback on Sonic Serenade. Good. The damage that you take is relatively unimportant by comparison. We're not going for that. You can stop telling me. That gets me Kinetic Strike. I can go for the Rocketeer. Is there a window there? There is. That would pull Overwatch, but hey, so would anything else, right? Yeah, I can go for this one, or I can go for the other one. That has a dodge chance of what exactly? 20. This actually claims it doesn't pull the Overwatch, so I'll go for this. All right, very nice. And that means we can start moving. We have another action. Lightning Strike. And Relentless. Yes, correct. I believe it's a single action. No, I have my breakthrough move as well. Well, I'm going to punch the Andromedon shell and just rock'em sock'em robots over here for a second. It's not pretty. Gonna take very serious wounds on Fiber Giant, but they'll be fine in the end. And I will use breakthrough to, I don't know, move in this direction randomly. There's not really a direction I can move that's great. Moving out here to tank as best I can for my team is the best thing I can do. And with your extra move, it's now safe to go in this direction, but those walls are fake, apparently. I can grapple up top and then reposition. Or I can just grapple up top and stop, I guess. Like, I can just go here and stop moving. I think that's the play. There is the possibility of being flanked from ground level where this guy currently is. So maybe not. Move out to here. That says it doesn't pull the Overwatch on the turret. I'm going to trust it. Panic the Servant. Wasn't even really considering about that possibility, but yeah. I am wearing the second Viper suit on my hands. And by the way, the Winter King's Fangs, it's literally a second Viper suit. It has all the effects of the Viper suit just stapled onto a Ripjack. I think it also deals an average of plus 0.5 damage, so it's actually better than a normal Viper suit. It's kind of nuts. Alright, we managed to steal 3 shots from the enemy team with the Mimic Beacon. That's wonderful. Now, the real part of the turn that mattered. What do they actually do? I like to think they're just committed to the roleplay. They don't want Advent to catch on that there are fake teammates. That's why everyone's so distressed when the Mimic Beacon dies. You're not in range, are you? Would have been nice to get the stun, because I think he's about to hit you. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. We're good. Yeah, this is going to really hurt for Fiber Giant. Except for Untouchable being here. Oh, man, that's actually tremendously impactful. Oh. Dick move. I'm immune to explosives. I forgot. The ground didn't even break. Thank you, quality Advent construction. Poor Gatekeeper. Turned against by its own friends. Andromedon Shell is definitely going to punch me. I am not going to kill it. Oh! A, I hit for 7, and B, I landed the hit. We won Rock'em Sock'em Robots this time. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, their Rift Keeper is still very scary. What abilities do I have left? I have Soul Storm. Got a fairly short range. I can absolutely just like pop over here and mind control the Shield Bearer. The Shock Troop is the best mind control target left. I want to pull this Overwatch on something, so let's start with that. And I can kill this Elite Lancer. So I'm going to move forward on my Gatekeeper. Trying to get next to him. It's really not liking that, though. I guess I have to pull 2 Overwatches and it might die, because the game really doesn't like where I'm trying to move. So let's see if he lives the turn. That turret just can't hit him. He's untouchable. He's got the turret's number perfectly somehow. Anyway, this is actually suicide bombing the Rift Keeper. It wasn't really the point. But we're here to consume this man. Maybe. The odds are pretty bad, apparently. Just give him a gentle massage. It's fine. I think I'm able to freeze the Rift Keeper. Am I correct about that? First, free reload your gun. Next, check out whiplash damage. Yep. Kill the mech with it. That just seems like the obvious, sensible thing to do. Explosive action is back. I'm hard-pressed to imagine we're not using that. But the reason we're even on this soldier... We don't have eyes on you from here. Interesting. We've dealt with the Overwatches, so let's go back over to Black Cat. There's a reason we went on her first. If I run in here, I'm in full cover and I see the Shock Trooper. That's what I wanted to hear, because the Shock Trooper is far and away the biggest enemy unit left on the field. We're going to quickly use this ability, by the way, because I like this character being alive.
You're gonna be fine.
There is almost no character in the game harder to replace than Black Cat. It's basically just the Templar. Anyway, having done that now, We can steal the shock trooper. And that is the last major piece other than the Riftkeeper taken off their board. There's a bit of cleanup. I think the Riftkeeper Mark II can be frozen, in which case we've basically already won. And let's see if the Marine has eyes on it. It does. Can that thing be frozen? Because you can't miss it right now. Oof. Well, I'm going to call it that the mission then. You want to shoot him a bit? 100% chance to land that shot, huh? I mean, technically speaking, someone else should shoot first, on account of the fact that they have shredding guns and you do not. Oh, I should have stopped on high ground. Why'd I run closer? Like, that would be more valuable than high ground. Sometimes I'm very, very bad at the game. That would just be a 100% if I hadn't run forward, but no punish. I'm gonna reposition onto high ground now. And that sets us up over here to take our multiple 100s on the Riftkeeper itself. This will be a pretty easy kill next turn, except for the part where it's going to be in stasis and not dead. Oh wait, we're going to get into stasis this turn. What am I talking about? If I walk away from this guy, there's a chance that he runs up to somebody else and stays alive. I don't want that. Thanks for the Elerium Core, I definitely needed it. I'm now safe to drop here. I want to Justice something first and then just use a different ability. 12 to 13, 0% crit's a fucking lie. I don't know why it claims 0% crit here. How much heat do I have? It's almost 100% crit. It's like 92.5, I think. I can't remember the numbers exactly. But that is not 0% crit, and that's probably going to kill it. And even if it doesn't, it's going to leave it in a relatively shit tile that a ton of people can see, so it'll still die to someone else. So let's see our actual crit chance here. 82. It's still alive, surprisingly. Anyway, don't mind me, I'm just on the Ripjack Rampage because I finally got to build my heat and there are still people alive. This never happens. Take out this Guardian too. Is there another unit down there? Yeah, there's a Lancer I just forgot about. Huh. This gives us hit and run, which we can use to get up here next to the snake. We're one tile away from properly being next to the snake. Damn shame. We'll get next to this snake then. I'm confident there will be nothing alive that's able to flank this. Let's start over here. I want to move to this tile, punch the Elite Lancer, punch the Riftkeeper. The Riftkeeper goes into stasis, doesn't die, but that's still a wonderful, wonderful turn. Just real quick, I know you've been a great friend and all, but ends in one player turn. We're gonna change the direction of that first punch. Hey, Fiberjot, you know how you're here to tank? Sorry about that. You were great, Gatekeeper. I loved having you on the team. Anyway, that still kills the Lancer, just in a slightly more brutal way. Oh.
Fail to engage target.
I wasn't really expecting that.
Moving on target.
It's fine. Don't think that's a problem. Oh, we still have you? Yeah, it's definitely fine then. Reload, put a bullet in. There. Oh, it didn't sustain. It can't sustain when frozen? Oh my god, I'm learning so much about using debuffs to not be shit at the game in these past few episodes. How was I this bad at the game for so long without knowing it? I've reconcealed and I'm going to throw a Mimic Beacon now. That should be, you know, the death knell of progress for the enemy team. We have what left? The Sapper? The Sapper's probably just sprinting forward. I don't think there's anything for them to do, really. I'll go ahead and take cover on Fiberjot, though. Let's see what the enemy team is up to. Mind-controlled, panicked. It's just not off to a good start. The Viper made a good call and did not run. Oh yeah, someone was supposed to finish you off. I forgot you managed to live. That's fine, we'll get to it later. This is just a popular... Nope, never mind. It changed its mind, it's going somewhere else. Oh shit, I am sorry, I did not see them. A, I thought they had to overwatch on the second shot because I've never seen them shoot twice before. B, we didn't run the overwatch that turn, did we? Maybe I just forgot about it. I thought we never ran the Overwatch during that turn, which to me meant that they couldn't be seen from here because otherwise the Overwatch would be getting triggered. I'm guessing we ran the Overwatch and I completely fucking forgot about it. That was really bad. I mean, I don't think there was a risk of death, but that was really bad. So this kills the turret by blowing up the ground it's on and kills the shield bearer by dealing damage. That's 2 problems solved, leaving us with 1 problem. Oh wait, no, it leaves us with 2 problems because turrets don't count on the active counter. My bad. Just gonna put a null lance through the Elite Viper. Oh, sorry about that, Fiber Giant. Didn't mean to try to assassinate you there, my bad. Let's go ahead and kinetic strike this guy. Get you out of the way. And then we can have an infiltrator come hack the objective, and that's that. Mission accomplished. I feel like we didn't properly play around the Venators at some point during that. I feel like when I see Venators, I should be figuring out how Concussion Grenade hits them instantly, and I didn't, and that was bad. I just sort of assumed that my Scions were far enough back that it would go for the Gatekeeper, but it did not work out that way. Anyway, that'll be the last hit of the mission. Good job, Draugr. Even Stasis can't keep you from trying to get MVP, which they may well have gotten. And for our trouble, we might save a few days of research, I guess. I'm not even sure how much time that's saving us. I don't think it's much at all. I'll have to check when I get back to the strategy layer. I am interested in seeing the stats for that mission. I feel like a lot of different people were very impactful in very different ways. So, mission debriefing. Good damage here. Not like anything insane for Dark Horse by any stretch of the imagination, but solid. Black Cat's value was in stasis, mind control, guaranteed damage. They were easily our most valuable unit. Stealing that Gatekeeper is the reason it was a clean fight. So I'm not willing to ever say that like the numbers are bad on a Scion because the numbers don't matter. Draugr doing really well, but actually only really matching Dark Horse, huh? Yeah. Regal Dawn's 1 banish not living up to snuff, but it did get multiple Mimic Beacons, that mattered a lot. Sonic Serenade was very valuable. Carbon Mile really didn't do much. Neither did the other Infiltrator, right? Yeah, Synth Soldier not doing a ton either. Unlike Fiber Giant, who's here to remind you that late game Relentless Kinetic Strike is just nuts. Get a couple more Gatekeeper wrecks out of that. Maybe we can get the Gatekeeper or Ripkeeper to be instant. That would be really nice. And we delayed Barrier, which is the only dark event I really care about. It's easily one of the worst ones. It essentially just says that Mind Control would not work during the finale. We're probably not investigating that for intel. I think we're currently busy, building radio relays, in case we need to go do that last space assault. Definitely took more wounds in that mission than I intended to, but all told, it really wasn't that bad. Avatar progress ticking along, that's why we're over here.
The aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar.
Do I launch this mission, like, immediately? I don't think I do. Come on, I don't care about any of that.
Some of our people are a little
37 intel, thank you. These promotions don't matter. I think my lowest ranking soldiers might be captains due to Covert Ops spam on all the ones I don't love, so that's nice, I guess. Double check that nothing new in Covert Ops is interesting. Just dodge stacking, doesn't matter to me at all. That'll give health +1. Woo. Really appreciate that. It's gonna matter a ton. New assault mission. Advent Train. Is this the counter? Delay Dark Event. Don't care which one, because the only one that mattered this month was Barrier. New assault mission. Transmitter. Counter Dark Event Barrier. It's the hunt. Again. We have Venator, Archon, Exalted Pathfinder, Surveillance Drone, Muton Prowler, Commando, Super Heavy Mech Codec, Advent Exalted Purge, Archbishop, Elite Purifier, Frost Legion Bomber Veteran, Frost Berserker Elite, Frost Viper Elite, Elite Skirmisher, Muton Commando. Okay, so I've confirmed it. I'm not crazy. I haven't gotten through editing the past like 10 hours of footage yet. But every time I've seen them, I've thought it didn't show up. When you get the Archbishops, they're followed by the normal guys. And the normal guys do not show up in the Shadow Chamber. The Shadow Chamber is definitively not telling me every unit on a mission, which is very weird. I've got to do this mission. I don't have the ability to say no. But an Exalted Purge Archbishop and a Venator is like some of the worst, most evil shit you can see on a mission. How much time until that expires? 5 days. Tons of time. If we go to Templar HQ, we can get Sonic Serenade and Black Cat wounded, but it looks like they might still be tired by the time they heal, unfortunately. Dead Mother's simply not going to be available. Big Large is probably going to be tired when they get back. They're not going to be back. I don't really need Regal Dawn. Baroque Baron is close enough. We've got Regal Dawn at home. I can field 4 Spark, Reaper Skirmisher, And then, oh shit, but Baroque Baron has the gift, doesn't he? I think that already tags him as a Scion unit, even though he's not graded. He's able to equip the Psi underlay. Still, I can do everything I just said, bring a Templar, and figure out one more unit to put on the team, right? I could build the Hypervital module and just cram someone into the mission. What's the Hypervital module cost me again? I don't think I actually can. I think I'm at max power. Yeah. Unfortunately, even though I would like to, I think it takes 2 power, right? Yeah. You know what I definitely forgot to do after that mission? Put Sonic Serenade and Black Cat back in the tank. Considering they're not available to go in the tank, that's not the biggest deal, but there are other people who should have went in the tank instead. And we'll have to remember to do that after this mission, hopefully. I don't actually want Total Halibut here. Because, like, yeah, your bond partner's coming, but I'd rather have White Wolf if I'm being honest with you. I want a Marine, I'm scared. It looks like next episode we won't have any bond partners for our biological units. We'll be bringing out the 4-Spark team again, just due to the number of people who took grazing wounds and how many people I put into Covert Ops thinking that it was going to be Breeze this assault period. But still, in spite of that, I think this team's more than good enough. Between videos, I'll properly hit them out. We'll talk about it at the start of next time. Or I'll just gloss through it as I've been doing so often in the late game, because you've seen these same soldiers so often. Now that, like, we're seeing Rift Keepers, I can't afford to bring some random major combat engineer who doesn't help with that problem. Anyways, that's enough for now. I've been rather coherent about having a blast with XCOM 2. I hope you've been enjoying watching it. Thank you for doing so. Thank you to the modding community that made it possible. And thank you to my one Patreon supporter, Jeffrey Bit. See you all in the next one.